Morning guys, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the self-therapeutic psychiatric multimedia project for me to solve the problems and challenges and obstacles in my life, as well as a self-improvement process for me to reach the heights, goals, and ambitions that I've set for myself and those around me. And it's the first of two live streams. First one focused on right here, what you see is what you get. Take a look at the title, take a look on screen, on the screenshots, as well as the photographs. Right here on the bottom right hand side have the titles of the stream, as well as below on the left hand side and all the way up actually are all the content that we're going to try to cover in this first as well as the second live stream. Both of them are part of a sub-series, two running sub-series, one named BDMP, the other named Aftermath. BDMP standing for Basics, Survival, and so on and so forth, so that I can get about my higher priority items in life, such as employment, finance, and whatever is relatable to your life as well, relationships maybe. And then the second sub-series named Aftermath, which is focused on just sort of managing all the chaos that's happened over the past 4 months since August 2020, where I had to start taking care of one of my guardians who fell severely ill, and then having to manage this side project as well as running a full-time job and running a side business that's in molecular research and cellular nutrition. So that's the two sub-series. These are the two live streams, 15 minutes each, separated by a 15-minute gap back to back. And so why don't we just say that before we get into the content of this stream, that usually I've been trying to test with something new, so it's a little bit exciting for me, but obviously I don't have much audio or music, whether it's introduction or throughout. So I'm going to turn to the side right here and you see the laptop immediately. So I'm going to switch over to a new tab and just show you. Ideally I would put it on a link below, but I haven't. Maybe I'll work on that in the future live streams, but here is the music that I woke up to this morning. That's Club to Death, Matrix. If you remember, Matrix Reloaded back in the 90s, that movie. So that was what was going through my mind throughout this entire morning when I woke up, and it's the music that's been playing and constantly in rotation in my head even as I do this live stream. So that's setting the pace and the tone and the atmosphere. And I'm going to continue to do this every live stream. I'm going to open a new tab and show the music that you can open in your own link. Just Google it on YouTube, and maybe that's how you can listen to music without, me getting any copyright strikes or whatever. So blah-de-da, why don't we get straight to it. We have in the title what it says on the bottom top left hand side. It says here roughly about, oh, does it say? It doesn't say. On a second live stream, it says about roughly 45 items. So I can say that for a fact that there are about 40 items on the task list. I'm going to pull up a screenshot right here so you can see. So there's actually two full screenshots of the sort of items that we're going to check off throughout the entire live stream. And, because of that, I'm probably not going to be able to get to the introduction of the Ahn Rho Project. I haven't done it in about maybe 5 days or so, but it doesn't really matter because I think that the introduction that I nowadays give is brief enough, or at least covers enough detail of the Ahn Rho Project, at least the most important bits, so that I don't actually have to cover it in too much detail. If you want the full introduction, you can check my previous live streams again on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, where you're coming from, #AhnRhoHN_RHO. So why don't we just get straight to it, and I'm going to try to fix up my pitch. And realize that right now I'm being a little bit nasal in my pitch, and why don't we just get to the stuff right here after I fix up my voice. So we're starting from 01. So 01 is actually, there's some items here I should mention. Again, if you take a look at my previous live streams just about 1 or 2 days ago, you will find that some of the items here, there I'm getting, my pitch is getting better now. Okay, so some of the items there, I tend to get stressed, I tend to raise the pitch. Anyways, some of these items here are repeats because they needed follow-up. For example, sometimes you have some task items that need to be followed up. Let's say you have planned to get the groceries, well then you also have to follow up what happens. What did you actually buy, as opposed to what you think you were going to buy beforehand and afterhand, so you have to follow up. So some of these things have to have required follow-up, and that's exactly why there's more than one item here. So 01, I'm going to start moving, at least get the camera moving. The visuals are better when there's some movement on the camera, a little bit more interesting. So 01 just means urgency and essentials. It's to say that at the very before I start every live stream that focuses on the task killing spree, or TKS version 5, I need to make sure that I have the priority straight. And the first thing I have to remember is that the most essential thing is that I never have nothing to do. There's always something to do, something more important and of higher priority. So I have to keep moving and constantly dig back and pull back, take a step back and remember what it was that was important that I need to get done. Sort of remembering why you're moving forwards and how many more ambitious goals you have set for yourself, or desires, or particular objectives you set, or responsibilities, obligations, whatever you want to call it. So that's the first one. So now let's get into the stuff that you can actually see. So 03 is new spoons. So I purchased new spoons. I'm going to spec down here for a second. You see in the laptop, this is region A. You can see in the title it says A and D. This is region A over here, the office setting, very messy. Region D over here. Okay, and that's what we're going to cover for the most part today. D is actually the entire area over there. So region A over here, we have next to, I'm going to start to remove the task list for a second here because it's getting in the way. Okay, just kind of shrink it down to bite size. So right here, you can see the contrast getting heavy. There's the spoons here that I purchased from the grocery store because I ran out of stock, and that's what I used to eat dinner at my workplace. So that's what's here. The next thing on the list, I did buy these. There's 3, so I guess it makes sense to say groceries since we purchased the spoons with the groceries. And actually, I'm going to pull up some photographs that I covered in a previous live stream, I believe 2 days ago. So here's some examples of me shopping at the grocery store and just taking a look at the deals, things on sale. By large, most of the items that I purchase are just to get me something to put in my mouth when I go to work and come back to and fro. So these are just some sample photographs, and you can see the pricing. I'm not buying anything that's particularly healthy right now. That's something I'm trying to fix up in myself. One of those things I need to fix. I cover the good, the bad, and the ugly on the Ahn Rho Project on this channel. And of course, this is one of the ugly things I have to fix, and I don't mind sharing it publicly because that's the best selective pressure I can apply on myself to induce behavioral change, is to constantly show exactly the most embarrassing and humiliating things. All of my personal insecurities get bled out on the stream, and that is the best way to improve myself. So hold me accountable. So those are the photographs. I also took a look at some of that shampoo kind of stuff to make sure that I have something to take a shower with and run out of stuff. And then we also had a calculator here, which we'll get to in a second, probably in the second live stream. I'm not exactly sure if we can get there in time. So those are photographs, and we covered in the previous live stream. So 0, 1, 3, 4, 2 is missing obviously because that was checked out on the previous live stream. 5 and 6. So 5 is towels used to clean. So I'm going to turn around to the desk side right here. I can take a look at the time. I have roughly about 7 minutes left in this first live stream. So we see all this here. These are all mostly class 1 and class 2 items. Class 1 being things I purchased myself with my own hard earned money. Class 2 being things from my guardians. So we have here that I'm not supposed to touch, by the way, because they are imbued with a lot of domestic household issues for the past couple of decades, and I've only lived a couple of decades, so that's that. So we have all these paper napkins and towels here that I don't really need, and they're all supposed to be thrown away in the garbage. I've been using them almost to put whenever I'm late. For example, this morning I was late, and I live in a household with 5 different families. I'm just a one tenant. So I usually bring my breakfast, and that's that bowl over here, and I put it up here just to keep it clean in case anything spills over. But usually it's not supposed to be here, and usually I'm supposed to finish my breakfast downstairs. Again, I was late trying to get everything done. So that's that. Towels, used towels. 3 UHS bags. So that's basically the side bit I'm talking about. We have these plastic bags up here in D2, region D2 right here, D1 down there. Now, it was a huge mess. You checked the previous live stream last week. Every week, it's like the entire room changes its outlook. But more or less, you get the idea. It goes from clean to mess over and over again. So we have put inside the Usana bags inside in here, plastic bags. They were down here. There was a complete mess, and I just decided to chuck them up here after putting them inside a TNT bag. So I put the Usana bags inside a TNT bag and put up here. And then there's more stuff down here, which we'll get to in a second, but we're just going to follow the list. So the next thing that's down the line is 7, so a chocolate box. It's convenient I'm talking about that, because at the same time right here, I just talked about the bags. All right below is right here, all these. So we have this box, like I said, from I volunteer at a senior's home, and one of the clients that I've had, over 90 years old, like I said, his family's amazing. I treat his family like my family, because basically I don't have family. And again, domestic household issues play into that completely, and this was a gift I received from Christmas and New Year's from him. And so when I did, I was deciding what I should do with this eventually when I cleaned out and ate all the chocolate. And what happened is, I couldn't find out what to do on the previous streams. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I found out it was a class 4 item. Class 1, class 2, class 4 items are things or gifts, volunteers, from fellow staff, from friends, and so on and so forth. So it was class 4 item. I can basically reuse this and put all my nutritional supplements in there, which are the products I actually use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around to the side right here, back to region A, which is office. And you can see next to the fucking mess on the other side here with all the groceries, we have these, the supplements. So HEPA Plus. And then we also have the health pack that I've put all the different nutritional supplements together that I'm going to have throughout the day into one little packet, just like that, split into afternoons and mornings. And basically what I'm going to do is going to take this and I'm going to put it inside this box, this container right here. I can't do it on stream right now because it seems like it's very difficult going to do that. I have only one arm free, and then we have the other hand's holding the camera, obviously. And so we have HEPA+ here, and basically I'm going to put, the Canada is fine, but I'm going to put the packets inside here. And most importantly, we can move on to 8, so 6, 7, 8, right, because they're all in the same location. I guess that's why they labeled them next to each other. We have the nutritional supplements. So there's a health pack, and I mentioned that my side business, have like the product. This is Region C, by the way, the closet. Inside there we have all the products that I have for my clients and so on and so forth, which really isn't that much, but anyways. There's stuff in there for me as well. So I'm going to take out some of the health pack items and take this and I'm going to put for maybe a week's dose or maybe just 3 days dosage, and I leave it out here. All right, I'm supposed to take maybe every Sunday or whatever, a defined time and date. I'll take out a certain amount of the supplement to put it on here so that I'm ready to go for the week. And then I can take maybe 3 or 4 packets and put them inside this box here, and this will serve as a container for me to hold the supplements when I bring to work. Now, where's the work bag? The work bag is actually on the floor. So what I would do is I would take the supplements here, put it inside this box. This box reused. It's now reusable. I can put it inside here and take it to work. So that's what I intend on doing off stream. Next thing, 10 and 11. 10 and 11. So work bag, right? So I've cleaned it out. So this is the work bag that I intend on using now. Maybe in about 2 months time. I've actually cleaned off. There were a whole bunch of crumbs and shit all over it, and I dusted it off, and it's great now, so I can use it. And then number 11 is a work totem. So that's these here, right here. These are class 4 items I received from work. I took it from my workplace because they were going to throw away anyways. Basically, I thought that I was going to move into Region C behind the closet. Right here, C4, C6, C4 down there at the bottom. That's not the bomb, C4, C6. All right, I was going to put it behind here with the jackets, with the winter wear, along with the mirror that I bought, the class 1 mirror. So C4 item, and I move inside right there. But I realize that that's probably not such a great idea because that splits up the items, and you want to organize things as simple as parsimonious as possible. Parsimonious means just follow through with the simplest solution. And so what I intend to do, and that's something I learned from evolutionary biology actually way back in university days, 3rd year biology. So I'm going to take this, move these totem poles over there probably. I'm not exactly sure yet how I'm going to do it, where I'm going to locate it, but most likely I'm going to group it together with all these items over there so that they're not splintered into different areas. Just to keep things simple. Now that's the idea. Moving on, we'll see what happens. So that's 11 and 12. In fact, the mirror is right behind the totem poles. And then we have 13, 14, 15. 13 is the receipts again. Well, receipts are pretty straightforward. Basically, I purchased groceries. So I'm going to duck down here for a second. And the second live stream, you see, it talks about groceries anyway. So we have these grocery items here, right? The snacks, the chips, there's some, and then turn around right here. You can sit down and I can see that there's these groceries, the bananas, long story short, there are receipts that came with that. So it's on the table right here. A1, A2. So we have these receipts. I've covered them. I put them on Excel that recorded the budgeting, all the finances, the reasons why I purchased them, and blah-de-da, all that garbage. And then, of course, I put them on Excel. So I'm going to put these receipts away back in the corner. 13, 14, 14, obviously groceries. So with that being said, we bought the groceries, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items from 2 locations, I believe. No, maybe 8 items. So, all right, how do we do this? We have about roughly 30 seconds. We have 1, 2 spicy para. These are these Sri Lankan snacks. We have these chips here. And the chips plus the calculator right here. Chips, this calculator, as well as the spoons. Chips, calculator, spoons, and these Breton crackers came from Dollarama, dollar store. I did not intend on buying the chips or the crackers. That was just a mistake of a purchase because I didn't know that what I was going to buy in the second. Once I finished going to the dollar store, I went to the grocery store, and then I realized that there were things on sale at the grocery store, so I bought more than I wanted to. I didn't know if I would have any food. Basically, I bought these crackers, 1, 2, as well as this snack and the bananas and the spicy par. Those 5 items came from the grocery store. Anyways, I have about 10 seconds, so we have to continue this in the second live stream. So we'll see that in about 10 minutes, and yeah, that's that. So see you there very soon.